What if Naruto's destiny was rewritten after his final battle, thanks to the Bijuu's last act of compassion? Part 1. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Disclaimer, I don't own this What If. Valley of the End, 10th October year 1037. The two exhausted ninja looked at each other, contemplating their next moves. The two lifelong rivals were fighting out for one last time to settle all scores, and both knew their next move would be the deciding one. The raven-haired ninja eyed the blonde getting up on his feet to face him again. Even after getting beaten into a pulp, the so-called number one unpredictable knuckle-ahead ninja refused to give up and had pushed the last Hakai to his very limits. His stubbornness annoyed the hell out of the so-called Avenger and Revolutionary, and it was not that the blonde was the only one beaten into a pulp. He had beaten Sasuke into a bloody pulp as well, and even after the last Hakai was able to steal his remaining chakra, somehow it seemed he still packed a punch. Again. Sasuke yelled. "Why don't you just give up and let me finish you off for good?" He questioned the blonde who had just punched him so strongly that he had been thrown high up into the statue of Madara, a broken bar or whatever remained of it. Naruto smiled. It was one of his real smiles. "Because you are my friend," replied the Jinchuriki of Kurama. Sasuke had had it. He poured all his remaining chakra into one last attack, hoping to finish the annoying blonde for good. Lightning engulfed his hand along with black flames, and he prepared to jump down. "Be careful, he intends to finish you off with one last attack," warned Kurama, the greatest Bijuu from inside Naruto's mind. In front of him stood his trusted Jinchuriki, calm and collected unlike his loud and boisterous self. He didn't reply a word. "I will give you the last of the chakra I have, and then I will go into a slumber for some time. Don't use your chakra till the last moment and a broken bar." The great nine-tailed fox was suddenly silenced by the raised fist from his favorite blonde. He had a swollen blue eye. His jumpsuit had been torn into shreds, leaving a rather messed up mesh shirt covering his skin. The blonde flashed one of his real smiles at his trusted companion. Wordlessly, Kurama bumped his paw with his partner and transferred the last of the chakra he had accumulated. The blonde started walking away from the mindscape to prepare his final attack. The fox looked at him one last time before dozing off and smirked, already sure that this boy would soon change the world. Sasuke jumped down, his hand engulfed with lightning along with the black flames of Amaterasu, his target set at Naruto's heart. Naruto jumped up with all his might towards Sasuke with a look of determination. The situation couldn't have been more ironic. The usually calm, collected and patient Sasuke was screaming impatiently for Naruto's blood, whereas the usually loud and boisterous Naruto was calm, determined and collected. Naruto, following Kurama's advice, held on patiently till the last moment and started accumulating and rotating all his remaining chakra on his right hand. He usually had to rely on a shadow clone to make a Rasengan, however he had been able to do it single-handedly since quite some time without even realizing. However, at this moment he realized he was able to make the swirling sphere of chakra without assistance, even in his base form without Sage Mode or Kurama's chakra. He also felt as if hands of all his precious people were waving over the sphere as if lending him their power. Finally, Naruto yelled as soon as the Rasengan was completed and brought his palm forward, aimed straight for Sasuke's attack. The two lifelong rivals met head-on midair, and their attacks collided with full force and started fighting for domination as both ninja tried to push forward with all their might. Chakra of both the attacks combined and exploded, engulfing the whole area in a huge and very bright explosion, and then for Naruto and Sasuke, everything went dark. A day later, Sasuke was able to see through Naruto's memories and his feelings and finally realized how much pain he has caused his rival turned brother figure in his quest for power, revenge and revolution. Naruto had admitted last night, when both of them had briefly regained consciousness, that he felt the pain when he saw Sasuke suffering all alone. The blonde had claimed that he was nervous that the genius Sukaya would accept him as a friend, so he proclaimed himself as his lifelong rival. Sasuke finally admitted that he also felt Naruto's pain when he saw the latter suffering alone. The blonde, even after all his suffering, forged his path ahead, inspiring others around him, and that Naruto, despite all his failings, continued to walk ahead of him just like his late elder brother used to. Finally morning came and Naruto and Sasuke were awoken from their slumber. "Is it really heaven this time?" Naruto asked in a low and pained voice. "We are still alive, we just dozed off. Looks like we failed to die again, a broken bar," commented Sasuke, obviously in a lot of pain. Neither could move their body an inch and both realized that they were rapidly losing strength. "Damn, my body won't move an inch. I was really hoping to punch you hard and beat the sense into you," the blonde replied. Sasuke started to chuckle, confusing the hell out of the blonde. "What is it?" Naruto asked, irritated. "We're messed up like this and you still want to fight?" Sasuke asked, chuckling. The pain was still evident in his voice. "All right, I admit it, via broken bar lost," Sasuke declared with a satisfied smile. "What?" Naruto exclaimed. "It's not about winning or losing, it's about beating sense into a friend. The real fight comes after that, a broken bar," Naruto ranted. The blonde might have continued his rant, but Sasuke cut him off. "Naruto, a broken bar? What? I just acknowledged you. A broken bar. If I die right here, the cycle of hatred would end. That would be a revolution as well. Hey, I should put an end to myself here. You can then implant my Rinnegan in Kakashi and dispel the infinite Tsukimi. Sasuke, if you really are prepared to die, you should help me bring peace in the world when I become Hokage," Naruto commented. "Although I don't really think I'll last that long," he thought to himself. "Do you really want that, Naruto?" the last Hokage asked. "Of course I will be glad to have you as my right-hand man when I become Hokage." Suddenly Sasuke started coughing and his pain became unbearable, his eyelids started becoming heavier and his vision began to blur. "Naruto, I don't think I can last any longer, I am a broken bar." "Sorry, what are you saying, Tom? Don't you dare die on me," Naruto yelled with all his remaining strength. "A broken bar? Have really a broken bar failed you as a friend and brother, Naruto? And a broken bar? I can't even live anymore to fix it up. Dobi," Sasuke said and coughed again. "My vision is fading and I can sense that I have lost almost all my chakra. A broken bar? I can't go on, Naruto. A broken bar? I am sorry." The Hokage apologized again. Don't you dare, a broken bar," Naruto whispered, too weak to yell now. "A broken bar? I don't even have the chakra. A broken bar. To dispel the infinite Tsukimi." "A broken bar," Sasuke said as his breathing became more and more difficult and longer. "The broken bar? Only thing I can do with a broken bar, my remaining a broken bar chakra is to a broken bar. Free the Bijuu. A broken bar." Saying this, Sasuke focused all his remaining chakra Chibakuten. "See a broken bar. Release." He whispered the words out. Naruto could hear a rumble at a distance. "Naruto, a broken bar? There's one last thing I will tell you as a brother." "A broken bar? What is it, Sasuke?" the blonde asked, too weak to express any emotions. "When you free them all, a broken bar. Give Hinata Hyuga a chance. A broken bar. That girl has really loved you for as long as I can remember." "A broken bar?" Naruto only sighed in response. "A broken bar. I will, I promise, Sasuke. A broken bar. If I get out of this, I will a broken bar. Become hers. A broken bar. I promise." The Jinchuriki whispered. "If not in this life, then definitely in the next." Naruto thought to himself. "Naruto, a broken bar? Please tell Sakura and Kakashi sensei that I was sorry." "A broken bar?" Naruto closed his eyes and some tears fell. "In the end I failed you, Nisan," Sasuke whispered. "A broken bar?" Now too weak to keep his eyes open. "Sorry for everything, a broken bar brother," Sasuke whispered to Naruto for one last time and fell silent. Seconds later his breathing stopped. "Sasuke? Sasuke?" Naruto whispered and didn't get a reply. "Damn it, Sasuke, a broken bar. Damn it, a broken bar. It was too soon for you to me. A broken bar. Damn it, I really failed. A broken bar." Naruto sighed again and closed his eyes. He also found that breathing was becoming more and more difficult for him and his own vision was beginning to blur as well. "No, not like this, not yet. Damn it, I can't die here. I am yet to become Hokage. I am yet to a broken bar. Except Hinata-chan's confin. A broken bar. She's waiting for me. Broken bar. Damn it. Don't give up my body. Damn it." Naruto mentally cursed himself but soon realized he won't last much longer. Whatever he did a broken bar, he could hear some footsteps, perhaps the Bijuu were rushing towards him. He was sure they won't make it in time. Kurama? The blonde went into his mindscape and called his partner. He found the fox trying to accumulate chakra instead of sleeping, probably to stop his blood loss. Damn it kid, don't give up yet. I am trying to gather chakra to stop your bleeding. Hang in a broken bar. I am trying to hang on Kurama, a broken bar. But it seems I can't anymore. My strength is leaving me and I am feeling cold. Damn you Gaki. You are stronger than this. Sorry Kurama, I don't think I can last much longer. I just wish I could be with Hinata-chan now. Kurama, you don't need to die with me. Go and join with your other half and figure out a way to free those people. Naruto, a broken bar. It's okay Kurama, just promise me that you will protect Hinata-chan for me. We will protect her together. Just hold on a little longer Kit. Sorry Kurama, but this is it for me. The team really did a number on me this time. I am really glad to have been your friend and partner Kurama. I just wish we could have had some more time together, but this is really idle. Broken bar, please protect Hinata-chan for me. Now go. It's my last request. Suddenly red chakra started leaking from Naruto's body, and after some moments it took the form of a giant nine-tailed fox. The Kibai looked at Naruto solemnly. The blonde lay down with his eyes closed. I now remember that day when Ruka-sensei asked us who was the person we want to spend our last day with? I didn't know the answer back then. But now a broken bar, I know for sure a broken bar. It's you Hinata-chan, only you. I am sorry that I have been such an idiot. I really should have given myself to you long ago. But a broken bar, it's really appropriate for me to die here without you by my side when I finally know that I want to be with you. I promise in my next life, I will be yours and yours only. Naruto thought. Some tears fell from his eyes. Gradually his breathing became slower and slower until it finally stopped. Kurama could only look at the still body of his partner. He closed his eyes. A tear fell down. The nine-tailed fox had cried once when his father, the legendary sage of the six paths, had died. Now he was crying again when the only human he had come to trust and respect died before him. Some minutes later, the nine-tailed beasts, Shukaku, Matatabi, Isabu, Son Goku, Kakuo, Skin, Chomai, Chuki and the yang half of Kurama came running to the spot, where the Yin Kurama was sitting, looking at the dead body of his host. Is it? Son Goku asked in shock. It can't be, commented Kakuo. Damn it, said Juki. Yay sir, broken bar, all hope is now lost, commented the Yin Kurama, placing his nail softly on Naruto's head and closing his eyes again. All the Bijuu had come to respect the boy. They sat in silence. What happened to those two humans, the kid's teammates? Asked Jin Kurama. The pink-haired girl was knocked out. I would guess a jinjutsu of some sort. The silver-haired one was waiting for her to recover. They might be on their way here, Matatabi commented. Jin Kurama looked at his yang counterpart. Naruto let me out before passing and asked me to merge with you and figure out a way to stop the infinite Tsukemi. Sorry, other half, but with these two gone, I don't think we have any way of dispelling that wretched jutsu. Even if we combine our chakra, we still require a Rinnegan. There was some hope for us when that Kakashi had a Sharingan, but now even he no longer has one, Yang Kurama replied. However, the yin half still folded his paws and guided his chakra into the yang half. A minute later, both halves of the Kibai were merged and the fox was finally restored to its original size. Is there really no way to stop that wretched jutsu? Asked Skin. If there was a broken bar, I would have already done it. I fully intend to keep my kid's final wish and protect that Hyuga girl with everything I got, replied Kurama. All his efforts to hide his sadness and frustration were failing. Wait. There is a way. The Ikibi, Shukaku exclaimed. He had been uncharacteristically silent till that moment. Which is? Asked Kakuo. Don't you guys remember the jutsu the old man taught us before he passed? The one which he said to use if all hope is lost? Replied Shukaku. Every Bijuu raised an eyebrow as soon as they realized what the Ikibi was hinting at. I'm in for it if we do it, We will get our guardian back, commented Son Goku, hopeful at the prospect of getting everything right again. It does seem there is no other way with the boy gone. I'm in, said Matatabi. Let's do this, my luck will never fail us, said Chomai, the lucky 7. I'm ready, said Kakuo. Guess I gotta be ready for some more raps. Let's do this, said Juki. I'm in, said Skin. Aisabu held off and for a moment before speaking quietly, if we take this option, what will become of this world, the one we shall be leaving? And who's to say that we can even make a difference? The other 8 Bijuu went silent and looked around at each other, unsure of what to say. Juki cut the silence. Honestly, I don't think this world is even worth thinking about. It's doomed to eternal slumber or outright erasure. Maybe we could try and wake up the world on our own, but we would be spending possible decades on a world that may not even exist soon. Who knows if any Otsutsuki are on there? Way to take advantage of this chaos or broken bar. Kurama followed up, this world can dream away for eternity or be erased, but either way we have failed here. It is time to start over, and the only way we get a second chance is by taking that leap. I don't know if we can change things, but we need to have faith that we can fix this. Have faith in the ones we care about and have faith in our guardian to pull through a broken bar. Kurama trailed off as he thought about the now deceased Naruto. Aisabu stared before sighing. You're right. We owe it to everyone we failed before today and everyone we failed just now to finish this as it was supposed to be, not let it end on such a sour and unfulfilling note. I guess another decade or two with Yaguro trapped in a Jinjutsu might be worth it. I'm in, said Aisabu. Kurama looked at Naruto's still body again and placed his claw on the boy's head one last time. I told you we'll protect your vixen together, Keto Broken Bar, and now we will. Get ready, everyone. With that, Kurama extended his paw towards his siblings. Just to let you know, Kurama, your role will be the most important one in this. Be careful, cautioned Matatabi. TSK. I know what to do now, trust me I do. Every Bijuu then placed their paw on top of Kurama's and started focusing their chakra. A large intricate seal appeared beneath them and started to glow. The concentration of the huge amount of chakra from all 9 Bijuu sent shock waves in every direction. Nunchiu! Time reversal! Exclaimed all the tailed beasts in unison. Then they were all engulfed in a very bright light beam shooting towards the sky. Moments later the beam vanished along with the Bijuu as if they were never there. Matatabi knew something was wrong and yet right, a broken bar so confusing. Like something horrible happened and the memories of things that could not be true began invading her mind. Surrounded her within Yujito's mindscape, and soon when the monster cat became visible again, she was slightly bigger. The two selves had merged. Matatabi remembered everything, the horrors of the Jidomazo's stomach and being part of Gobaya and Kaguya. Yujito's death by the hands of Hiden and Kakazu, indirectly through capturing her, stuck with the Nibai. Preventing that from happening was her highest priority. The easiest way would be to just go ahead and tell Yujito and work towards convincing her of the horrible future that hopefully could be averted. A broken bar. A broken bar, but Matatabi had other ideas. So good to be back in a familiar place, especially after my broken bar sudden eviction and imprisonment. We have plenty of time to change things. A broken bar me the Nibai meowed, then yawned, curled up and went to sleep. Really helping with the Bijuu, animal appearance behavior stereotype there. Son Goku didn't really have much trouble assimilating his past self. His boast of being a sage didn't lack merit. When the Yonbi of the past felt something happening and sensed the six-path chakra at play, he just sat there and waited to see what happened. Deep down at Broken Bar he had a pretty good idea of what was going on and knew that the other Bijuu were experiencing similar things at this moment. Wonder how bad things got if we had to resort this? The gorilla wondered as his consciousness faded into the future Son Goku zone. When the light shone and then died down, the gorilla emerged slightly larger and with mind and memories of the Goku from over 10 years later. Oi? Rashi. I know you can hear me. We need to talk. I traveled back in time from a decade from now to TRY to save your ASS, and that's how you thank me? I should have let you rot in the world sleep, Gaku yelled furiously. And then realized that he let a few too many details slip out too quickly. What? Rashi gasped out after realizing what his tenant had said. Gaku facepalmed and sighed, like I said, we need to talk. Out of all the Bijuu, Kakuo could sense something was happening. She could sense six-path chakra at play. Six-path chakra last showed up over a decade ago and vanished almost entirely soon after, relatively speaking. The Gobi still held fear that the brief shimmer from those years ago meant something had changed, or even something had been freed from imprisonment. Something like the Jito Mazo. So, when the light shone down and the dolphin horse emerged slightly larger and with the memories of the future, it took a moment for her to get her bearings. Han, we need to talk. A broken bar. Kakuo politely tried to get her Jinchuriki's attention. Nothing. Hana. Broken bar. Kakuo tried again. Still nothing. Are you ignoring me? Kakuo accused in a moment of stress from having escaped the eternally sleeping world, which she hoped to have ceased to exist entirely. Humanity deserved better than to be trapped in sleep for eternity, dreaming of gaining everything they wanted, but many would likely come to realize how hollow it was without the struggle. I'm trying to enjoy my tea. A broken bar. It's not very often when I can enjoy a nice cup of tea without any humans trying to piss me off, for Iwa doing a good job of making me consider going missing. Then, whatever you have to say can wait till after Ramdoni. A broken bar. Your obsession with hot leaf juices taunts me. Broken bar. A broken bar. How could you say something so horrible about tea? Han asked, sounding sincerely offended and demanding an answer. Kakuo face-palmed with her hoof. This is going to be a long day. A broken bar. Chomai was trying not to wake up Fu with the assimilating occurring. Once the now slightly larger Chomai had regained his bearing, he tried to get the Nanabi Jinchuriki's attention. A broken bar, only to realize that she was peacefully dreaming away in her sleep. Chomai let her sleep. Juki knew he was going to be walking into more of B's rapping when he agreed to this idea. Cheesy as they were, B could definitely put together at least something catchy, especially when he was dissing someone. So the first thing he happened to hear upon regaining awareness in the past was B writing his lyrics. My swords, my awards, hidden chords, 8 sword style from the hills to the fjords. Yeah, like the sound of that. B smirked as he began scribbling into his notebook in the section labeled Keepers B. Not now. 8-0. The killer is on a roll, yo. That was going to be defining a lot of conversations Juki tried to start. Now not every Bijuu arrived to find things calm. Shukaku arrived and laughed, he. Can't say I like being in this awful seal again, but it beats being in that fucked up situation, and it already tells me where I arrived. Now oh number. Shukaku declared bombastically before backpedaling when he heard a voice speaking. Love only yourself, because that's the only one who will love you. Boom. Shukaku had arrived at the time of Yashimaru's attack on Gaara. Gaara's sobbing gradually began to turn to enraged and in pain howls as Shukaku, uncharacteristically, nervously tried to reach out. Hey kid, I know it hurts but, maybe. He was lying? Grah. Gaara yelled as Shukaku felt his power begin being pulled en masse through the already fragile opening of the seal. No. I'm trying to help, damn it. This ruined your life last time and you're about to fuck up before I can help. Shit, come on Chakra, stay in your house. Don't leave daddy. Shukaku screamed in a fit of hysterical mania. He managed to resist Gaara's pull and a minute later, Gaara calmed down. Phew. Had me worried there kid. I could use a drink after that. A broken bar. Wonder how I can get one. And then Shukaku noticed Raza in Gaara's line of sight, smirking smugly. You know what, never mind about that drink. Oh fuck me. Isabu arrived and to no surprise, he was in Yagura as he was trapped in the Jinjutsu that Tobi controlled him with for years. Fanfrigantastic. Wonder how this will end? Akatsuki taking Yagura for me. My defeating Yagura again and imprisoning him again before a botched retrieval attempt kills Yagura and sets me free to get grabbed by Deodara and Tobi after that boy who could control my chakra gets spirited away by his caretakers, Or perhaps I might actually save my friend? Aisabu asked cynically. To no one. The senbei sighed and stretched. Damn it, Kurama and that boy of his got to me broken bar well. I spent over a decade in this illusion before, maybe I can use this time to further my understanding and possibly break it. Or at least erode part of it. Aisabu began stretching his metaphorical feelers out into Yagura's network and began analyzing the Jinjutsu. I wonder if Tobi came up with this himself or if he got the idea from elsewhere. It looks like it is only truly controlling Yagura at times, the rest it seems to be clouding his moral compass and exacerbating certain emotions. A broken bar this might take years to break. Skin arrived in his seal and noticed something unspeakably broken bar. A broken bar. It was dirty. Kurama often compared the rokubai to cockroaches with his obsession with keeping his living area clean. That nothing could be as obsessed with room cleaning as Skin. In another universe, where people used bending rather than chakra to manipulate the elements, a young girl named Kiyoshi cleaning for her master and friend, the young avatar Yun, sneezed before she could cover her mouth and sneezed on Yun's Paisho set, completely unaware of the blast of wind that emerged from her mouth and blasted a piece away alongside the small tongue of flames that didn't sear any of the pieces. The girl grumbled before going back to work and cleaning the game set and setting it back to a neutral configuration. How his past self could allow this filthy perversion of their living space, Skin was unsure, but the sea slug began moving to rectify this. At first, he tried to simply wet it and scrub it. That however did not work. So, the Bijuu tried something else. He produced a white bubble foam and sprayed it on the dirt spots. Let it sit for a while and then scrubbed, which finally broke down the dirt and rinsed off. Now that that's done, you Takata broken bar, can you hear me? We need to Skin started before stopping and realizing something was happening. A broken bar, the seal was unraveling. Are you kidding me? Utakata's master is trying to extract me. Happened years later. Darn it. The Bijuu arrived throughout the same day. Some to favorable circumstances, others to decidedly unfavorable ones, and one to the consequence of messing with time in the first place, the butterfly effect, taking hold in front of them. But one shall arrive to fulfill a promise, in time. Kanahagakure no Sato, the village hidden in the leaves, December 6, 1027. A pale-eyed girl was being forced to kneel and apologize by three boys who seemed to be a year or two older than her. The girl began to sob and apologized again, but the boys were not satisfied. Apologize again, yelled one of the three bullies. Sorry, the pale-eyed girl pleaded, sobbing. Hey, what are you doing? Yelled a short blonde-haired boy, wrapped in a red scarf. Leave her alone, he yelled to the three bullies. Huh, and who the hell are you? I am Uzumaki Naruto. I will be Hokage one day. Bayo, the blonde yelled. The three looked at him for a moment and then burst out laughing. You, the Hokage, what a joke. Shut up or I will eat you up with my Osujutsu, yelled the blonde with his hands in a cross sign. Unbeknownst to any of the people present at that time, the blonde had a very powerful creature sealed in his gut, the yang half of the legendary nine-tailed fox. At that moment, suddenly the fox inside the seal was engulfed in a bright white light and grew to double his size. As the light faded, the mighty Kurama smirked in victory. 10 years back in time, right at the point when the Gage met his vixen. This will be fun. Oi! Naruto! Naruto! The fox tried to get the attention of his Jinshu Uriki, only to get nothing in response. Fuck. Looks like I can't talk to the kit. The seal is blocking me from establishing a connection outside the mindscape, even with my other half restored. TCH. Means I'm going to have to play the long game here. That doesn't mean those three are going to get away again. No one gets away insulting the nine-tailed fox ever, let alone twice. By that time Naruto's attempt at the clone jutsu had failed, and after he had beaten up one of the bullies, catching him off guard, the other two were in the process beating the shit out of him. Suddenly the blonde felt a surge of strength in his muscles, and to his surprise he was able to push one of them off himself. The blonde then punched the other one, still holding on to him, right on his face, causing him to lose a tooth. He then proceeded to beat the shit out of him. Told ya I would eat you up. Never underestimate Uzumaki Naruto. Dabayo, yelled the blonde in victory as other two bullies, seeing that the blonde was obviously stronger than them, and ran away. "Are you okay?" asked the pale-eyed girl. "Yeah. That was nothing at all. Are you okay?" asked Naruto in a kind voice. "I bit your scarf. It's ruined." "It's okay. By the way, what's your name?" Hinata, huh? That's a nice name. So where do you live? It's getting dark, so I'll walk you home." The blonde offered his hand with a grin. Hinata nodded and Naruto took her hand. The two walked away and minutes later, found themselves outside the Hyuga compound. Hinata suddenly remembered why she had run away in the first place. She had lost in a spar with her cousin and her father had called her a failure. She started to sob again. "Hey! Why are you crying?" asked Naruto, concerned. Hey! You live in such a huge place and you are crying? I don't have anyone, but I don't cry. So, cheer up a bit," said Naruto, trying to comfort the girl. Hinata found his words reassuring and collected herself, wiping her tears away. That's good. So now that you're home, go get some rest and take care. See ya around." Hinata, saying that the blonde ran away waving his hand. "This went a little better than last time," said the fox to itself. 6 years later, to Kurama's frustration, he couldn't make any improvements in Naruto's life or strengthen him. The only thing he did was better his chakra control. In the previous timeline, in order to make Naruto more dependent on him, Kurama knowingly messed up the blonde's chakra control by sending large bursts of chakra into his chakra network, which made the blonde's chakra network unbalanced. However, this time, Kurama let out a steady flow of chakra into the blonde's chakra network, which the fox believed would make the chakra network more balanced. However, he couldn't verify the theory until the blonde attempted the tree walking exercise. The fox was yet to speak to his host. He had figured out that he wouldn't be meeting the boy till Jiraiya threw him off the cliff. Due to the fox strengthening his chakra, Naruto was made physically stronger. Still, the academy instructors, especially Mizuki, had knowingly given him wrong taijutsu instructions, due to which the blonde's performance in hand-to-hand remained rather poor. To his further annoyance, the blonde had remained a loud-mouthed fool just like the previous timeline. He was poor in academics, taijutsu, he still couldn't perform the clone jutsu. He had again made himself the self-proclaimed rival of the last Takaya. He was again having a one-sided crush on Sakura and had gotten a lot of punches to his head after asking the pink head out. Of all the things, the blonde's obsession with Sakura had annoyed the Kyuubi the most. Even after being stuck inside Naruto's gut for 17 years in the original timeline and 6 in the new one, Kurama couldn't still figure out why the blonde had a crush on perhaps the loudest fangirl of Sasuke. Kurama even believed that the growth of Naruto's brain had been slowed down from Naruto being repeatedly punched in the head by Sakura. The blonde's obliviousness to Hinata's affection for him did not help with the fox's frustrations either. The fox was eager to bring the two together. In short, the whole time travel thing was yet to make any positive contributions towards making this timeline better than the original one, in what Kurama could influence and was hoping to accomplish. Finally, Naruto had graduated the way he did in the previous timeline by beating the shit out of Mizuki using the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Due to being fed a steady supply of the fox's chakra, Naruto's clones were slightly more durable than last time, however nobody had noticed this slight difference. Just like the previous timeline, Naruto was placed in Team 7 with the same teammates. Kurama repeatedly face-palmed upon knowing that he and his host would have to be in the constant company of the loud-mouthed fangirl and the arrogant Emo Ikaya. The wave mission went the same way it did last time. Kurama actually wanted to save Haku. Naruto's memories painted a picture of a boy who Kurama found could be an exemplary example of what the sage envisioned for humanity when he created Nenshu. However, due not being in touch with Naruto, he couldn't affect Naruto's actions. After the wave mission, the Chunin exams went exactly the same way they did last time, all the way till the preliminaries. Naruto was slammed by the 5-point seal, effectively stopping Kurama from supplying chakra into Naruto's system. Naruto eventually defeated Kiba, who was superior to him in speed and taijutsu, by thinking outside the box. He again vowed vengeance upon Neji on Hinata's blood. And finally, the blonde had ended up with Jiraiya at the valley where he was to meet Kurama eventually. The fox was rather impatient to meet Naruto this time around. "Gaki, you need to chakra from your other chakra source to perform summoning correctly," commented Jiraiya. "How do I draw chakra from the damned fox Hiroshinen? When have you been able to access the fox's chakra previously?" The blonde placed his finger on his chin and thought for a moment and replied, "When I was fighting Haku, I thought he'd killed Sasuke and then I went on a rampage. Perhaps then I subconsciously drew upon the fox's chakra. Maybe when he's angry or desperate he can use the fox's chakra. And if the Gaki were face to face with death, the fox would share its chakra with him at least for his own survival." After that, just like last time, Jiraiya pushed Naruto off the cliff. Screamed the blonde, plummeting towards the bottom of the crater. And finally, to Kurama's tremendous relief, Naruto ended up in his mindscape. "Huh, where am I? Is this what heaven looks like?" the blonde thought out loud. "You're not dead yet, Gaki," said Kurama as loud as possible to draw the blonde towards himself to finally have a long overdue conversation with him. Naruto found himself in what resembled a rather dark gutter he found himself walking on water. He tried to follow the fox's voice and ended up before Kurama's cage. "Show yourself to whoever's in here." Then he saw a red eye open up inside the dark cage. Naruto gulped. Then slowly he saw the full form of a great fox, hundreds of stories tall, with 9 massive tails swinging in random directions. "Uzumaki Naruto, I have been waiting for a long time to have a chat with you." "Huh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Naruto counted Kurama's tails, completely forgetting that he was currently plummeting towards his death. "You are the bastard fox that made my life hell. Shut up. I did not ask to be sealed inside you. But a broken bar, I am willing to work with you. Better show some respect," exclaimed Kurama, remembering how loud and annoying Naruto can be at times. "Gaki, I know that you're currently plummeting towards your death and I will give you my chakra so that you can use that summoning jutsu of yours." "Huh?" Naruto was surprised. The fox seemed rather cooperative. Definitely hot-headed but cooperative, much like himself. "I'm a broken bar, thanks. Kyubi. I have a name, it's Kurama, and I don't like being called Kyubi. How would you like it if I called you Whiskers or Blondie all the time?" "Okay. Okay. Thanks, Kurama. But promise me that you'll come back here tonight. You and I need to have a chat that is long overdue." "You got it, Kurama. See you tonight." The blonde went away from his mindscape and successfully summoned Gamabunta using the boost of chakra Kurama provided. "Finally, we meet again. I hate to admit it, but it's good to see you alive and kicking. I really missed you, Kit," thought Kurama, and prepared himself to finally take his first serious step towards changing the future for the better. "My broken bar, so how do I go to wherever Kurama is? I forgot to ask him." Naruto murmured to himself in his bedroom. After successfully summoning Gamabunta, Jiraiya had given the blonde a day off owing to his exhaustion. "He just wants to get away from me to keep peeping on Womina Broken Bar, damn Hiroshinen and his damned research," Naruto thought to himself, and quite correctly so. In the meantime, he was confused. He was angry, really angry at Neji for harming Hinata. But he didn't yet understand why he was so protective of Hinata. During her match with Neji, the blonde had cheered for her and was amazed by her resolve to stand up again and again. Sakura had told him that the Hyaku might have been inspired by him. To say that Naruto was surprised by this was an understatement. He was blown away with that fact. "I used to think that Hinata is all shy inward, but that a broken bar that match shows that how ignorant I am. She's really amazing." Every time he thought about Hinata, He felt a very warm sensation in his heart. What is this feeling? I know Hinata-chan is amazing, but why do I feel so warm when I think about her? I don't feel like this when I think about Sakura-chan or anyone else. Then he thought back the Hyuga heiress's words just before she lost consciousness. Did a broken bar? Did I change Naruto-kun? That's what you said before you passed out. Well, certainly you changed the way I see you. Before, I hardly knew anything about you. You stuttered, turned red and fainted whenever you were around me, but now that I know you're amazing, really strong, and after taking a good look at you, turns out you're really cute and beautiful. Even calling you Hinata-chan feels more right than calling Sakura-chan a broken bar. The blonde stopped dead in his mental when realization started hitting him. Do I a broken bar? Did I just think that I may be ... but will she even a broken bar? She's the Hyuga heiress, she's like a princess, how could she even like someone like me? I don't think even if I try my best she'll look at me like that. A broken bar? What am I thinking? A broken bar? I should just know my own limits. A broken bar, future Hokage or not, this is just aiming too high. A broken bar. The blonde sighed. However, inside his cage Kurama was very satisfied. Looks like traveling back in time was worth it after all. Maybe keeping a steady chakra flow into his system instead of sending bursts after bursts of it not just helped with chakra control and physical strength, it strengthened him mentally, even if only a little bit. Last time he didn't think much about that vixen of his at this point. He only started thinking about her after she confessed, and finally, on his last breaths, did he realize that he thought about her in a romantic way, even though he did that subconsciously for a broken bar long time. A broken bar this time, maybe hooking those two would be easier, and then the other serious tasks. The damn seal doesn't let me contact with Shukaku, even if he and his Jinshu Uriki are in the village, just a few kilometers away. The channel is just too hazy. A broken bar, and I may have been napping at an opportune time as a broken bar. Come to think of it, I wonder how well some of my siblings have been doing. A broken bar. Flashback: the year of the future Bijuu's arrival. A broken bar. Han and Rashi sat at a tea shop, contemplating the information that had been shared with them by their now older tenants. Well, suddenly older by a decade tenants. It's crazy. A broken bar, just absolutely insane, the red-headed old man mumbled. Han sipped the tea and nodded, only missing his cloth mask and steam engine, but otherwise dressed in his armor. Indeed. And the fact that we even believe this time travel nonsense is not just not sane in the slightest, but we should be discharged and institutionalize it. A broken bar, Rashi kept on mumbling. Han hummed along. But then Rashi's gaze turned distant. But everything Gaku and Kakuo said makes absolute sense. I could see myself going down to Kisame. I'd give the shark bastard a good thrashing and scar that sort of his for the rest of its days, but I don't think I could win a war of attrition, not without unleashing Gaku. And my fate I could see happening as well. Han added. But what do we do with what we know? Lay down, or fight? Rashi shook his head. You and I both know it's not the shinobi way to give up and die. We fight on and endure no matter the path ahead. Han smiled, agreed. I suppose it might be beneficial to stay with Iwa for the time being. As much as I hate it, experience with the ninja here and other things makes this area a good place for a final stand. Rashi nodded, and there's a good dormant volcano nearby for me and Gaku's lava techniques. Worst comes to worst, we blow it and take out the land of Earth, but drag those Akatsuki bastards down with us. Han chuckled slightly. Even in old age you lack restraint. A broken bar, Rashi mockingly scowled. Oi? I'm not that old. I was planning on taking on a team of promising youngsters soon. Give Iwa a good shot for this fourth great ninja war. Han stared with an eyebrow raised. A broken bar, words like youngsters does not imply youth but rather a lack of it. Rashi dropped the fa a tilde section 8 and shrugged. Perhaps, though my future team of pupils does strike me as rather promising. Just wish that the youngest of them wasn't so art obsessed. Han chuckled again. I can't decide who I pity more in that arrangement. Anoki always managed to get you into these kinds of situations. Any luck convincing him to ally with Konoha? Rashi sighed, none. He's set in his ways and he's traumatized from Madara's visit to the village during that negotiation back when me and him were still Jonin. Han shook his head, a shame. I believe this Uzumaki Naruto would have been interesting to meet, if for nothing else to see how he measures up to Gaku and Kakuo's praise. I'm more shocked that there's still an Uzumaki going by the name Uzumaki out there and making waves with that name. Last one of those was a broken bar Nagato, wasn't it? Apart from Konoha's former first lady, that is? Rashi inquired. Han nodded in affirmation after a moment. I believe so. He was part of the Akatsuki movement in AIM. Heard he possessed a powerful dojutsu? And that Danzo and Hanzo both tried taking him and the movement down. I wonder if there's a connection between the Akatsuki movement and the Akatsuki mercenary group? Or one between Naruto and Nagato? Rashi stroked his beard in contemplation. The Akatsuki connection a broken bar I have no doubt of. Too much would make sense. Especially if this pain was Nagato. But that would make his dojutsu the Rinnegan, and few would be able to fight back against that. The Naruto and Nagato connection is quite a bit vaguer, but I remember Jiraiya's first book being dedicated to an Uzumaki Nagato, with the main character being his given name corrupted into Naruto. So Jiraiya-sen would be the connection? Han asked. Most likely. In the editions that mention Nagato the most, it was the earliest one. Jiraiya expressed absolute belief that Nagato would change the world. A kid with the Rinnegan would be quite the thing to place that kind of faith in, and with the legends regarding those eyes' power it would make sense he had that kind of expectation. Rashi exposited. But it would seem that Nagato has forsaken such aspirations or broken bar. Han started a broken bar or has gone about taking a bloodier path to it. One that made him into pain, the man leading Akatsuki. Rashi finished. Han sighed. This isn't going to be easy, changing fate. But most things worth aspiring to hardly ever are. Rashi smirked. I couldn't have said it better, Han. Modern day Kumo 10 days ago. I'm telling you bro, Konoha would be a good fit for us. Help get Kumo out of that funk we've been in. Beast spoke while Yujito watched flatly. I wish I could be riling up Imoi, Karui and Samu. It's so funny. Would beat these two arguing. B, for the last time, we are not in a funk. Business has been slowing for a while. We've had more years of peace now than we got between the Second and Third Wars. People are starting to think that the continent-wide Cold War might finally be wrapping up. The Raikage complained. And how did Kumo's business slowing down start? Yujito cut in. The Hyuga affair. A side out. The Hyuga affair had been an albatross around the hidden village's neck for almost a decade. Perhaps in a few years, it would stop actively affecting Kumo's international mission bring-in. The mission was a mistake from the start. But some in power wanted to have Kumo claim the glory of stealing the all-seeing Byakugan. The mission showed just how little the Lightning Daimyo knew about ninja operations, and they finally got the authority to override further mission orders for similar missions, but only after the mess was over. Thankfully, as similar missions had been ordered over the years. No telling where Kumo's international revenue would be at if A had been forced to follow through on them. B and Yujito had been pushing A to work towards mending the rift between Kumo and Konoha for years, but they had been especially adamant about going through with it. Ever since the Konoha Chunin exams had been announced, the benefits to such an alliance were slowly becoming more appealing to A. The possibilities were appealing, with the possibility of getting cadet branches to Konoha clans established in Kumo being a good means of convincing the more power-hungry Lightning officials to agree. I sighed. And how do you propose we get negotiations opened? It's too late to send a team. The exams are about to start and the deadline to register foreign teams passed yesterday. Yujito shrugged. Why not just organize a visit during the third exam? The exams are used for politics anyways. You would be the one to suggest simply cutting the knot rather than untying it. I know Matetabi. I'm trying to help that Naruto kid. If his fate is what you and Guki say it is, then we need to ensure we can get him to the Turtle Island. B added, yeah, bro. Organize a visit and get things cool between Konoha and Kumo. Get things right and apologize for that mess. A stood silent for a minute. I'll think about it. B and Jujito smiled internally and shared a sentiment. Score / perfect. Back with Naruto and Kurama in the present. A broken bar. Come on Naruto, get here quickly, we have a lot to discuss, thought Kurama while he waited for the blonde to appear before him. Meanwhile Naruto decided to focus on talking to his tenant for the time being and tried to focus on the seal in the fox while closing his eyes. He had watched Jiraiya meditating earlier when he was playing around with the summoning jutsu and perfecting his water walking. Upon asking him about it, the Toad Sage revealed that it helped him clear his mind and focus. So, the blonde decided to try it out this time, and indeed while trying to focus on the fox, he felt a pull inside his mind and in a fraction of a second found himself standing before the fox's cage. I'm a broken bar, you in here, Kurama? The blonde asked quietly. He didn't really want the gigantic fox to yell at him for being loud. He calls me loud, but I can bet he is a million times louder than me and scary as hell. You do realize that we share this mindscape and I can read your thoughts? Naruto was suddenly snapped into attention as Kurama was now standing before him grinning. Stop scaring me like that, creepy fox, Naruto yelled, only for the fox to widen his grin. Kurama didn't get many opportunities to tease his partner as they finally made friends in the midst of a war. So, this time he didn't plan on passing up any opportunity to tease the blonde. I also know what you were thinking about making that Hyuga girl your mate. Good choice, by the way, far better than that loudmouthed pinkette. Naruto couldn't help blush. Shut up Bakugetsune. Stop intruding into my mind, Naruto yelled again, but this time with a blush. The fox was forcing him to admit that he had started to like the shy Hyuga romantically. Anyways, I am sure you didn't call me here to just tease me, so what is it that you want to talk about? Asked Naruto, hoping to change the topic. I was actually hoping to train you so that you became stronger. I am tired of seeing my container being looked down upon and called an idiot. So, you don't think of me as an idiot, like the others do? Naruto asked. I did see how you outsmarted that Inuzuka boy using his own strength against him. You fought him and won when you were handicapped by that 5-point seal that the snake bastard used on you. So yeah, you may be loudmouthed and annoying, Naruto groaned at that, but you're not an idiot. However, if you had continued obsessing over that pinky, I would have believed that you really are stupid. Hey, what's wrong with Sakura-chan? She's pretty, smart and a broken bar. She doesn't think about any other boy other than that Uchiha breath. I bet she'll notice me when I finally prove myself to be better than Sasuke. So, you think of her as some sort of trophy? The Kibai growled, making Naruto flinch. I really don't like those who treat girls like trophies. Besides, she doesn't acknowledge you for who you are, likely never will for a long time. So maybe when she sees me for who I am, I might have a chance, Naruto asked, giving a grin. A false one. Absolutely not. Besides, you just realized that you like that Hyuga chick more than that pinky, so it's better you stop lying to yourself. Besides, I never understood the reason of your obsession with her in the first place. Because I wanted to be cheered up by her like she always cheered for Sasuke, and I wanted to be called cool like she calls Sasuke. That's why I thought if I beat the dumb someday, she and the other girls would call me cool and all. Kurama sighed. Gaki, it's far better for you to find someone that loves you for who you are. Thinking back, I guess that Hyuga girl you are thinking so much about nowadays never drooled over that Uchiha brat like he's some god. Hinata-chan is almost royalty in this village. I doubt she'll ever accept if I ask her out, and I don't know why, but I am afraid that I won't be able to take a rejection from her. She's really nice, and if she stops being friends for the Thana broken bar, you need to find out more about her. Your nervousness also shows that you really want to spend time with her. Anyways, now back to your training. Before we discuss the details of your training, I want you to tell me what you think of me. I can sense if you're lying or not, so be totally honest. Well, a broken bar, I know that you attacked the village 13 years ago. People fear you and call you a monster. But after talking to you, I think that even if you're a monster, you seem pretty smart. And someone as smart and powerful as you will never attack the village or kill people without a proper reason. Heck, even I never attacked anybody without any reason," Naruto explained. Kurama could sense that the blonde was totally sincere in his reasoning and was satisfied. "I can't help but be reminded of Jomai by Hima broken bar. I wonder how the Buget do a broken bar. Meanwhile in Fu's mind scope he broken bar a broken bar, and so, we just laughed it off and then fired a bunch of Bijudama at the place. Anyways, that's how the Land of Sky's empire got crushed and Rabi got sealed away." Fu remained silent. "Am I being ignored?" Jomai asked, genuinely worried. "Fu's trying to meditate, Jomai." Jomai's Jinshu Uriki responded. "Oh, sorry." Then Jomai heard a distinct, almost growling sound. "You're not meditating, you're sleeping." "And no, I'm not." "Yes, you are. I know the difference." Back to Naruto's Mindscope broken bar. "Well, I am pretty impressed with your reasoning. Most humans never see us as anything other masses of chakra with no mind that are to be used as weapons only. That's why I truly hate most of your kind in general. But you can talk, and that pretty much means you can think, which means you have your own mind, and from our recent conversation I can pretty much guess that you're intelligent. Although you do have a short temper just like me. Indeed, what you said is true. I have my own mind and soul. Even if I am a humongous mass of chakra, I am not some weapon of mass destruction. However, fear and greed has clouded the human's judgment for a long time." "What do you mean?" "Those who fear us Bijuu for our power just want us to disappear so that they don't have to live in the fear of getting annihilated by us. For them reasoning is out of question. That is very much the reason most of the people in this village hate you, Kit. And then there are those who want to use our power as a weapon to achieve their goals. They don't want to reason with us because you don't usually care about the feelings of those who you want to enslave. Just like Madara Akaya," explained Kurama while spitting at the name of Madara. "But this is so cruel." "Indeed, it is, both for us Bijuu as well as those who are forced to carry us, the Jinshu Uriki, people like you." "Wait, you mean there are other Bijuu like you and Jinshu Uriki like me?" "Indeed, there are 9-tailed beasts in total, characterized by the number of tails they possess. The one-tailed Shukaku, he is contained inside that Gar kid." Naruto's eyes widened at the revelation. He knew for certain that there was something similar between the quiet and scary red-haired Sangenin. He had realized that he could see the same pain, loneliness and rejection from people in Gar's eyes. He now knew the reason. This motivated him to try to understand the Sangenin even more and maybe even attempt to befriend him. Then there's Matetabi, the 2-tailed cat, the 3-tailed turtle Isabu, Sungaku the 4-tailed monkey, Kakuo of the 5 tails who looks like a hybrid of a dolphin and a horse, then the 6-tailed slugskin, the 7-tailed beetle Chomai who also happens to have an obsession with luck, the 8-tailed Jiki, who is more or less a hybrid between an ox and an octopus. Lastly you have me, the 9-tailed fox, Kurama. Every one of us has our own personalities as well as special abilities. I will tell you about them in detail at a later time. However, for your knowledge, I am the strongest of the Bijuu. That's amazing. And if the strongest Bijuu trains me, then I will definitely take the old man's hat. Take that, Tom. I am way more awesome than you. The blonde raised his fist in the air and jumped in excitement. "So Kurama, when do we start training and what am I supposed to do?" "You can start by opening this seal." "What? Absolutely not. What's the guarantee that you will not get out and lay waste on the village?" "Don't you fucking dare try to fool me," Naruto yelled. "I expected that you will react like that. Now I need you to listen to me with attention." Unsaid was, "And I know that's difficult for you, why is questionable." Naruto crossed his arms around his chest and gave Kurama an annoyed look. "Gaki, being sealed not just inside you but multiple Jinshu Uriki before you for years, I do have some idea of how seals work. The seal that keeps me behind this cage can't be opened by anybody other than its creator, the Yondaime Hokage or someone who has the key to this seal. which I am sure that Jiraiya possesses. So even if you tried, you can't open this seal. The damage would be too extreme for you and me. It also has a backup mechanism to prevent you from opening the seal forcefully without the key. So, both of us get fucked up if I try to tamper with the seal too much? Pretty much, and only Hirosenin can open this seal without any problems because he has the key? Exactly, so why did you advise me to try and open this seal if it can potentially harm you as well? Because I can sense the Yondaime Hokage's chakra still inside this seal. I am sure if you try to tamper with it, then he might appear here. And I am sure you might have some questions for him if you ever see him. And with those questions answered, we can prepare a training schedule for you. Kurama half lied. So, you mean I can meet the Yondaime if I try to open this seal? Yup, then maybe I can ask him why did he choose me to become your container, and maybe Broken Bar, just maybe he can tell who my parents were? The blonde mumbled to himself. Naruto got emotional at the thought, knowing something about his parents. At least he'll tell me why he sealed the fox inside me of all people, and if the seal can't be opened without his permission, then there's nothing to lose here. Yup, definitely worth a try. So, what do I have to do to meet the Yondaime? Just try to rip this tag with the kanji of seal off. Kurama then extended his nail on which Naruto stood and then raised him up to where the tag of seal was. Here goes nothing. Naruto said to no one in particular and started to rip the tag off. As expected, by Kurama of course, Naruto felt a hand tap him on the shoulder and he turned back to see a tall and handsome man with bright yellow hair and azure blue eyes smiling at him. The man wore a standard jounin outfit and a white cloak with red flame designs on its borders, and on the back of the cloak, the kanji for Yondaime Hokage was written. However, what surprised Naruto the most was that he could feel a lot of affection and love in the eyes of the former Hokage, and his smile gave him reassurance and a Broken Bar strength. The very presence of the man filled Naruto with warmth. The Broken Bar, he couldn't understand why. Why Yondaime-sama? The blonde stuttered out. The man's smile vanished for a moment and Naruto swore the man was sad for a second, but he controlled himself and smiled at the blonde again. It makes me really happy to see you, Naruto.